You know, when you picture Italy, what comes to mind? Probably the classics, right? Ancient ruins, beautiful vineyards, a perfect bowl of pasta. It's a stunning image for sure, one that's been built up over centuries. But today, we're going to look past that postcard.
Because there's this quiet transformation happening. It's the story of a country that isn't just trying to preserve its past. It's actually using it as a blueprint to design a pretty remarkable future. Okay, let's dive in and see what's really going on.
So here's how we'll break it down. We'll start with how tradition is being completely reimagined. Then we'll check out some groundbreaking innovations. And finally, we'll see how society itself is evolving and how it all comes together to create a new Italian blueprint.
All right, first up, let's look at the stuff that feels quintessentially Italian. Tourism, cities, and agriculture, and see how they're being totally rethought from the ground up.
Get this number, 8 million. That's how many people are now vacationing in Italy in September. They're calling it a second summer. And believe me, this isn't just a fluke. It is a fundamental shift in how people are choosing to travel. So why is this happening? Well, it seems like travelers are just getting smarter. They're swapping that chaotic August rush for a way better experience. I mean, think about it. Prices can drop by up to 30%, the huge crowds are gone, and that blazing summer heat has chilled out. It's a total win-win-win.
And this points to something much deeper. Tourism is evolving. It's moving beyond just checking off the Colosseum. People want slower, more sustainable travel. They're exploring mountains and countryside, staying on farms, and bringing home local food instead of cheap souvenirs. It's a real shift from just consuming a place to actually connecting with it.
Okay, so from visiting to actually living there. 6 minutes. In Milan, that's the average walk to get to essential services. And that one little number points to an absolute revolution in how cities are designed. Now, this did not happen by accident. Milan is ranked #1 in the world for walkability because they had a plan. They've been expanding pedestrian zones, pushing for more cycling, and making sure that 98% of their residents live in what's called a 15-minute neighborhood. The city is built for humans again, and other places like Turin and Genoa are right there with them.
Now, let's head south for a minute. On the ridiculously steep cliffs of the Amalfi Coast, farmers practice what's known as heroic agriculture. It's a tradition born of pure grit. And now, this incredible practice has been officially recognized by the UN as a globally important agricultural heritage system. This quote from Italy's Minister of Agriculture just nails it. This is about so much more than just growing lemons. It's about a community turning a brutal landscape into a source of shared identity and pride. It's the past, perfectly preserved and now celebrated on a global stage.
And that deep respect for heritage flows right into our next section, inventing the future. This is where Italian ingenuity is tackling some of the world's most wicked problems.
Take this for example. Disposable diapers. You know, a product everyone thought was impossible to recycle. Well, until now. Italy is actually home to the world's first industrial plant that takes this super complex waste, sterilizes it, and then mechanically pulls it apart into its core materials: high-quality plastic, cellulose, and polymers. All of it ready to be used again. It's incredible. That same spirit of innovation is transforming agriculture. So all the Amalfi Coast is preserving tradition. A project called Biosmart is rocketing farming into the future. It's swapping intuition and guesswork, which is really just a gamble, right? For the mind-blowing precision of artificial intelligence.
So how does it actually work? Well, you have tractors fitted with 3D cameras that are constantly scanning the crops. The AI analyzes everything: fruit size, color, plant health, you name it. This gives farmers unbelievably accurate predictions about their harvest, which helps them plan everything from labor to logistics. It started with apples, but now it's being adapted for all kinds of crops, from corn to lettuce.
But this innovation isn't just about technology. And that brings us to our third section, where we're going to see how Italy is modernizing its most important social systems, from its schools to its diplomacy and even its approach to healthcare.
Let's start in the classroom. Italy is rolling out some huge reforms focused on student accountability. Get a failing grade in conduct? You now have to repeat the year. Getting suspended doesn't mean a vacation anymore, it means community service. And smartphones? Banned nationwide during school hours. The whole point is to foster a more focused, more responsible learning environment.
At the same time, the foreign ministry is getting a total makeover. They're structuring it for both political diplomacy and economic growth, creating new divisions for things like cybersecurity and cutting bureaucracy. And to solve modern problems, they're opening up diplomatic careers to graduates from all kinds of backgrounds, not just a select few.
And in the world of medicine, Italian researchers are taking on one of the toughest fights imaginable: glioblastoma. It's a very, very aggressive form of brain cancer.
A recent human study has found that certain natural compounds, like curcumin and polydatin, might actually help standard chemotherapy be more effective. Now, what is absolutely key here is that this is not a replacement for treatment. It's what you call an integrative approach, using nature to support conventional medicine and hopefully improve outcomes for patients.
So, when you put all of this together, what does it add up to? You've got sustainable tourism, walkable cities, revolutionary recycling, forward-thinking medicine. It's a really unique approach to progress. And we're calling it the Italian blueprint.
Putting it all on the table, a clear pattern starts to emerge, right? It's the synthesis of old and new. Italy is pairing ancient farming wisdom with AI. It's using the human-scale design of its old cities to build modern, walkable hubs. This isn't about choosing between the past and the future. It's about weaving them together.
Which leaves us with a final thought. We often think of progress as this clean break from everything that came before. But what if Italy is showing us a different way? What if the most powerful tool for building the future isn't getting rid of history, but understanding it, respecting it, and using it as the very foundation for whatever comes next?